Man regrets kicking bear in 3, 2, 1. The video of this bizarre encounter was uploaded by The Sun, and it features a forest hiker kicking a bear. The story was first published by Sputnik, and they revealed the man in the video, who remains unidentified, was hiking in the Kamchatka region, Russian Far East. At first, he kept a safe distance, which is smart. The bear didn't even notice him there. Then all of a sudden, he drew closer and closer. Finally, he kicked the bear in the back. You can clearly see that the bear was in shock. After assessing the situation carefully, Mr. Bear opened his mouth and headed straight toward the hiker. The hiker ran away but dropped his camera in the process. When he came back, he said, "It effing attacked me," as if he didn't expect the bear to attack. Frankly, he should be glad he made it out of there alive. The Bear and the Hiker is a video straight out of a horror movie. A hiker in Japan stopped to rest on the side of the road, and then a giant black bear charged straight at him. The guy immediately started screaming to scare it away, but it was too late. The bear was too close. Luckily, the bear fell down the hill and had to fight the hiker from below. This gave him an advantage over the bear, and he got out of there alive. Now that's what we call an adrenaline rush. A group of tourists encountered a giant sloth bear while driving across Koala National Park, Sri Lanka. The bear wasn't hostile, but it was getting curious. Probably wanted to know if she could open this can of human sardines. Luckily, the driver started the engine and the sound was loud enough to scare the bear. It immediately ran away, and the people were free to continue their sightseeing. We don't know where this is, but what would you do if you suddenly found a bear on the top floor of your house? This family got out of the house as quickly as possible while one of them filmed everything on their phone. Thankfully, it was a black bear. Black bears are small compared to other bears, so this lady was able to scare her away with a loud scream. We don't know where the bear went after this. Do you want to know what the definition of stupid is? Then watch this group of friends who encountered a giant grizzly bear at a lumber mill. The bear looks like it lifts weights on a daily basis. All of the friends were inside the car, but as the bear walked away, one of the friends rolled down the window of the car so he could smash that like button, just like you should do if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, he did it to get a better look at the grizzly. But then this happened. And as if that wasn't crazy enough, two of them got outside to taunt the giant predator, and they soon realized why this was a very bad idea. When you're stranded on a ship in the middle of the Arctic Ocean and your ship can't move because of the ice, the last thing you want to see on board is a giant polar bear coming straight at you. Well, that's exactly what happened on this expedition. The captain and the rest of the crew members were inside the wheelhouse. Luckily, the window frames were made from metal, so the polar bear couldn't break them. Before anyone was harmed, the bear ran away. We bet this is one of the sea stories these sailors will be telling for the rest of their lives. The Hunter and the Bear is a clip about a guy who confused real life with video games. We have no idea how good a hunter he is, but judging by the fact that he took a bow and arrow on his hunting trips, tells us he doesn't have the necessary experience. He saw the black bear coming straight toward him. Instead of standing up to appear larger, he crouched down. When the black bear finally noticed him, the animal attacked him. He jumped up and started screaming, hoping to scare the bear away, but it was too late. After about 15 seconds, he returned to pick up his camera and ran away. And to think, if he ran in the first place, none of this would have happened. Next up, we have the Black Bear Comfort. Here's a group of women hikers from Mexico. The women thought this would be just another boring day, but then a black bear showed up and did this. The women remained completely still while the bear sniffed them. Suddenly, the bear stood straight up and seemed to be trying to give one of the women a hug. But we don't think she appreciated it. Her friend, on the other hand, loved the attention. She even pulled out her phone and took a selfie with the bear. Thankfully, the black bear left and the women managed to escape unharmed. Have you ever seen a bear versus a man in a cage? Well, you're about to. National Geographic wanted to test a bear's strength and see how strong the animal was. Well, it turns out they're very strong. Initially, the guy in the cage felt safe, but then the bear flipped the cage on its side. Thankfully, the man was strapped onto the metal wall with a harness and managed to get out of there unscathed. And then, just as he thought the brown bear would give up, the bear flipped the cage again. According to research, brown bears possess the same strength as 5 humans. And now comes the piano bear. If you're looking for crazy, we've got crazy. On one of the home cameras this family installed in their house, they caught a black bear that broke in while they were at work. But don't worry, this bear didn't want to cause harm. You see, the reason he came was because he wanted to learn to play the piano. He heard Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata in the forest from some campers, and he wanted to recreate it in his own paws. The bear in the Ring camera should be a video the Ring company should use in all their advertisements from now on. If you didn't see it right, the bear went to the front door of the house at Christmas time and rang the doorbell. If they didn't have a Ring camera installed, they would have never known there was a black bear on the front door. Who knew that a doorbell camera could actually save lives? And then we have the police bear. Okay, who is the smart guy who hired a bear as a police officer? We know Zootopia is cool, and we think so too, but come on. No, in all seriousness, a brown bear opened the door and entered the California Highway Patrol's commercial vehicle enforcement facility in Donner Pass. Based on the glass reflection, the bear opened and entered through another door before quickly turning and running away. A police officer came out to see what had happened, and to his amazement, there was no one there. It wasn't until they reviewed the security camera footage that they realized what had happened. And then they tell you that the police station's a safe place. Tell that to the bear. What would you do if a bear visited your convenience store? Well, this is what these store clerks had to figure out when a giant brown bear entered their store. One of the workers was standing by the door when the bear lunged at him. The encounter happened inside a Kings Beach gas station convenience store. But they shouldn't have been alarmed. The bear just wanted to take some candy and tacos. These encounters were becoming more and more common in the Lake Tahoe region, with one bear staying inside the store for 20 minutes. The employees stood there and looked at the bear while it was eating the candy. What else could they have done? Next comes the Yellowstone Park visit. Do you know what a phobia of bears is called? Well, according to Google, it's called archotophobia. And we know one kid that's going to grow up with it. While going on a ride through Yellowstone National Park, this family encountered a group of 3 giant brown bears near the gates. The bears came up to the car and the dad stopped before entering. Judging by the crying in the background, we're going to say that the kid didn't like that one of the bears jumped on top of the hood and then the windshield. We know the mom kept reassuring her son the glass would hold, but we're sure inside she was like, "If I hear a single crack in the glass, I'm out of here." Let's not forget about the skiing bear. Hey, who said that skiing is just for humans? See, bears can ski too. But it seems like this guy came on the track to take a nap. Okay, don't get too close, people. That's just plain stupid. Why? Because as soon as the skiers went down the hill, the bear started running after them. Guess it wanted a challenge too. YouTube thinks you should watch this video next.